So, you may call this late, but I call this on time. Because it's on time until the Super Bowl happens. But, to be honest, I'm lazy. I went outside today in my backyard because it was one of the rare days where it actually feels good enough to not wear a coat. And I can actually kick the football in my backyard without freezing to death. So, I'm out here. This won't come out till tomorrow. I'm filming this on Friday. I'm outside right now. You know, I thought of doing this now because if I'm going to be honest, if I didn't do this now, I would have forgot about it. But Super Bowl 58 between the San Francisco 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs. Gonna go over both teams, both their rosters, and I'm gonna give my full prediction at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. First, we're gonna start with the San Francisco 49ers, who had a record of 13-4, I believe. No, it's 12-5. Sorry about that. They had an overall season record of 12-5, going to their games, of course. They started off the season with 37 victory of the Steelers, a close 30-23 victory of the Rams, easy 30-12 victory of the Giants, easy beating of the Cardinals, 35-16. Right now they're just destroying teams, and of course they played and absolutely demolished the Cowboys. Unfortunately for them, they would go on a 3-game losing streak to the Browns, who obviously were not having Joe Flacco, the comeback player of the year. I did make a short about that. Go look at it. It did not perform well because I uploaded it at 6 a.m. They lost to the Vikings with Kirk Cousins, unfortunately. Kirk Cousins got injured for the year. I truly believe that he would have been an MVP candidate if he played the whole year. And losing to the Bengals, who had Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow obviously got hurt. All 3 of those games, they lost by 17 points. So there was this conspiracy that if you beat the 49ers by 17 and they had 17 points, your QB got injured. And Deshaun got injured, Kirk got injured, and Joe Burrow got injured, of course. That's why they're out of the playoffs now. But after that, they go back on the tear with a 34-3 victory over the Jaguars. Surprisingly close game, 24-17, 27. No, 14-27. I'm misreading the letters. Buccaneers, 49ers. 31-13 clobbering of the Seahawks, I believe, on Thanksgiving. Dismantled the Eagles, 42-19. That was basically the start of their downfall. They would go on to lose like 9 games after that and only win 1. Or did they beat the Bills before or after? The 49ers basically broke the Eagles. Again, another easy beating of the Seahawks, 28-16. They clobbered the Cardinals in a weird score of 45-29. The Ravens obviously beat them 33-19. And you might be wondering, well, the first 3 who lost to the 49ers, well, all their QBs are injured. But the final score is 33-19, and that's because that one ref stepped over Lamar's legs and caused a safety. So did he save Lamar Jackson's MVP season? Who knows? But obviously, the Ravens destroyed them 33-19 with 4 picks coming from Brock Purdy. That basically removed them from the MVP race. Again, another easy beating of the Commanders, 27-10. And last game of the season, Rams come out with a 1-point victory. We're all glad that happened because we got to watch the masterpiece that is Rams-Lions. That was an amazing game. And of course, they got the first round bye, so they played in the divisional round against the Packers. Packers were up late. If they had made that field goal by Anders Carlson, if that guy didn't miss, basically, we likely would not be seeing the 49ers. We'd likely see the Lions, as I don't expect the Packers to win. But maybe I'm downplaying them. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm downplaying them. But comeback victory for the 49ers. And then another huge comeback victory against the Lions to win 34-31. Lions really choked that game away. It really should be Lions-Chiefs right now. Unfortunately, we have Chiefs-49ers. But massive respect to the 49ers. I like them. I know a lot of people do not like the 49ers. People definitely do not like Brock Purdy, of course. But I like the Niners. I do hope they win. We're going to get into my prediction later, of course. But I hope they win. Brock Purdy, it'd be cool to see him win a ring. But Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Chase Young, Nick Bosa, all of those guys deserve a ring. Even Kyle Juszczyk for having a W wife. W. Yeah, he has a good wife. His wife makes like a lot of clothing stuff. Some NFL players worn them. She's pretty cool. But of course, playing the Super Bowl, Lego's talking about some of these players. Of course, I guess we're gonna have to go to the 49ers.com for the roster for some reason. But of course, Big George Kittle. Arik is the defensive lineman. These are team captains. Fred Warner, of course, the linebacker. Trent Williams, he's a tackle. Brock Purdy, of course, he's the quarterback, of course. Deebo Samuel, the wide receiver. There's Brandon Ayuk, Brandon Allen, Eric Armstead, like I said earlier. Aaron Banks, O-lineman. Ben Barch, Robert Beal. Some of these guys might be on the bench. They probably are on the bench. I'm just going through every player that could win a ring that's not practice squad. Ronnie Bell, Nick Bosa, of course. He's one of the big contributors. Jake Brendale. Sorry, the screen got a bit bright. Jair Brown, Spencer Buford, Warren Burks, Chris Conley, Sam Darnold. I believe he's the only QB from whatever draft class Trevor Lawrence was in to make it to a Super Bowl, so that's cool for him. John Valencio, Demetrius, Tayshaun Gibson Sr., Kevin Givens, Jalen Graham, Dre Greenlaw. He's been a really good defensive, a linebacker. I was reading Givens for some reason. Gregory, Javon Hargrave, Juwan Jennings, Sebastian Joseph Day, Juszczyk, like I said earlier, Avon Kinlaw, George Kittle, of course, Deondor, sorry if I'm pronouncing any of these guys' names wrong, by the way, Lenore, Darrell Luter Jr., Jordan Mason, Christian McCaffrey, Ray McLeod III, Colton McKivix, Elijah Mitchell, Jake Moody, the kicker. He's a little off and on, so hope he doesn't sell in the Super Bowl. Jalen Moore, George Odom, Isaiah Oliver, Tabor Pepper, Matt Pryor, Brock Purdy, of course, Logan Ryan, Deebo Samuel, Every Thomas, Shadavius Ward, Fred Warner, Trent Williams, Braden Willis, D. Winters, Mitch Wisnowski. He's the punter. Respect him. He did that one fake punt. That was cool. Charlie Warner, Samuel Warnack III, Chase Young, and reserve feature player Isaac Alcaron. There's also some, I assume, injured players. I hope they're not like reserve or forced off the team because of an arrest or something. But these might also be like practice squad players. But Kalia Davis, Ross Dwelly, Glenn Farrell, Danny Gray, Talanoa Hufanga, Drake Jackson, Cameron Latu, Nick Slake, and okay, these guys are the practice squad guys. You can look over them. I don't feel like mentioning their names because I'm evil like that, but Elm Manning is an interesting name. But all of these guys here, Willie Snead, the fourth. All of these guys are or do have a chance to get a ring if the 49ers win. Obviously, the big players like Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brock Purdy, Nick Bosa, all of those guys definitely deserve a ring, along with every other person on this team. But also, we have the other team, or what people like to call the villains of the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs. And my friend, you might have seen one of his texts because he's the one with the 2, if you remember him. He's a big Chiefs fan. He's just happy they're there. He didn't expect them to get this far. I don't like that he likes the Chiefs because I hate the Chiefs, but, you know, they went 11-6. They obviously won their division, but they only got the 3rd seed, so they had to battle through the wild card round, of course. Going all the way back to the start. Lions obviously come out and upset the Chiefs week 1, 21-20. It would have been cool to see this again if they didn't sell in the NFC Championship, of course. Then they had a defensive game against the Jaguars, 17-9. Clobber the Bears, obviously, 41-10. With help from the refs, the Chiefs beat the Jets, 23-20 on, who's that guy? Nah, I'm joking. Zach Wilson's legacy game. Again, refs being the worst in the world against the Vikings. You know, that one guy that took off his helmet, don't call a foul on him. That wasn't the pass interference they took back. I mean, refs again. Chiefs beat the Vikings 27-20. The Broncos, they sucked early on. They beat them 19-8 in another defensive game. Chargers, they were beat 31-17. They were off this year. Again, the Broncos with a surprise upset, 24-9. This is when they went on their Linsanity run and beat the Chiefs and the Bills 2 straight weeks. They might also beat the Vikings. I don't feel like checking right now, honestly. But beat the Dolphins in Germany. I still think to this day that if they played in Arrowhead, not in the playoffs, of course, that was freezing. But if they played in Arrowhead that week instead of in Munich, I think the Dolphins would have won that game. But Chiefs pulled out the victory, 21-14. You know, a drop from, was it Marquez Valdez-Scantling? It wasn't Kadarius Toney, but a drop by Marquez Valdez-Scantling, I believe, cost the Chiefs the victory against the Eagles. Of course, that was before the Eagles lost, like everything. Chiefs easily beat the Raiders 31-17. That's before they had my man Antonio Pierce, who got hired like a couple weeks ago. Glad for him, even though we beat him. We knocked him out of the playoffs, so I'm talking about the Colts, by the way. Packers pull off another upset. Refs were bad for both teams in this one. Sold for the Chiefs with that pass interference, not called. And then another one of those late QB hits that were not late QB hits, like the one in that Bengals game, which we all know that Bengals game in the AFC Championship was clearly rigged. No, it wasn't rigged, but again, refs sucked that game. And then the Bills also beat the Chiefs off of Kadarius Toney being offside, selling, as he always does. I'm surprised he's even playing in the Super Bowl. A lot of stuff's come out about him. How that one live stream he apparently had, he's talking about the Giants. He's not the best player, but obviously I don't hate the guy. He seems like a chill dude. It's just he needs to stop dropping those balls. Then Chiefs easily beat the Patriots with another drop from Kadarius Toney that turned into a pick. Raiders upsetting the Chiefs with Aiden O'Connell throwing no passes either after the half or after the first quarter, which is sad. That's when we all thought the Chiefs were first-round exits, of course. And then the Bengals, obviously without Joe Burrow, they're going to lose to the Chiefs. It was close there. Butt kicker was the MVP of that game, obviously. Bengals were close, but they just couldn't do without Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow wins if they play, by the way. If he plays, I mean. And then, worst game in the world, Chiefs win 13-12 with Patrick Mahomes sitting on the bench, of course. They could have been 10-7 in the Super Bowl. That would have been wild. But in the wild card round, freezing temperatures lead to an easy win for the Chiefs, who I generally thought that it would affect both teams, but it really only affected the Dolphins. Bills, wide right, all I have to say, I hate the Bills for some reason. I don't know why, I just do. I hate them more than the Chiefs, to be honest. I just hate the Bills. Wide right, all I gotta say, kicker sucks. Kicker doesn't sucked, but he sucked there. Sold the Bills of tying game. Of course, Patrick Mahomes just went down and, won the game for them. But, finally, Chiefs with the big upset of the playoffs. Not one of the biggest, but big upset of the playoffs. Beating the heavily favored Ravens. Heavily favored meaning +7. 17-10. Won outright. That was a big surprise. I thought the Ravens were a lock with the way they were playing. But that's just how the cookie crumbles. Chiefs are good. Of course, now we can look at all the people who can win another ring, who probably already won it last year. You can see why I made that one short where I was complaining about the Super Bowl outcome. They already won this dang thing last year. They don't need another one right now. But going over these players, Nick Algoretti, Felix, Blake Bell, Nick Bolton, huge part of the linebacker crew. Iko, Dion Bush, Harrison Butker. That's who I was just saying. Mike Caliendo, Leo Channel, Cole Christensen, Jack Cochrane. These names are a bit wild to pronounce. Shamari Connor, Mike Dana, Mike Edwards, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's a running back behind Pacheco, of course. Pacheco's a really good running back, by the way. Neil Farrow, Blaine Gabbert, the backup. Willie Gay, Noah Gray, Mecole Hartman, Darius Harris, Malik Herring, Creed Humphrey, Richie James, Chris Jones. Huge part of the reason they lost that first game against the Lions, of course, along with Travis Kelce being out. Nick Jones, George Karlaftis. Travis Kelce, the guy dating Taylor Swift. Just want to say, I don't hate that they show Taylor Swift, but the fact that they show her so often makes me mad. Like, they showed her once or twice, I wouldn't be mad at it. But they show her every second. We don't want to see her all that often. And she's in Japan right now, so I really hope she doesn't make it. Because I don't want to see Travis Kelce getting on one knee and handing her the marriage ring. This isn't confirmed, by the way. He probably wouldn't do that if they won the Super Bowl. I don't want to see that on my screen. But I don't hate Taylor Swift. I just don't like seeing her on the screen every 5 seconds. And also, her music hasn't been good since Bad Blood, by the way. But pre-Bad Blood, she was goated. Anyway, after being canceled off of that, Patrick Mahomes, 3 wings in possibly like 5 or 6 years. That's crazy. Trent McDuffie, Sky Moore, Wanya Morris, Lucas Niang, Isaiah Pacheco, really good running back, respect him. LaMichael Perrion, I'm sorry. Justin Reed, Rashee Rice, Justin Ross, Donovan Smith, Trey Smith, L'Jarius Sneed, Jawan Taylor, Mr. I draw fouls every 5 seconds. I wasn't fouled week 1, rightfully, so I got fouled every other dang week. B.J. Thompson, Joe Thundy, Kadarius Toney, Mr. I drop all the ball. Sorry. I'm being too rude right now. I gotta chill, though. Hey, all respect to Kadarius Toney, Taylor Swift, all those people. I don't hate them. Just saying. Tommy Townsend, the punter. Drew Tranquil, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Jalen Watson, Justin Watson, Tershawn Wharton, Joshua Williams, and James Winchester. And reserve future players are Kelvin Joseph, Shi Smith. Reserve injured players, Brian Cook, Jody Forson, Nazareth Johnson, Cam Jones, Jerick McKinnon, Derek Nyandi, Ndandi. I'm not good at pronouncing names. Charles Omenihu, Prince Tego Wandalo. Again, sorry if I mispronounce any names. Isaiah Buggs, Matt Bushman, Trey Dean, Matt Dickerson, Isaiah Gathings, Chuck Wabuka, I think I got that one right, Godric, Keontae Ingram, Truman Jones, Karrion Kingard, Chris. I just realized these are practice squad players. I did not have to read them. Mike Pennell. Yeah, sorry to the 49ers practice squad players for not reading your names. I'm off today. Kansas City Chiefs, everyone. Now, back to the Super Bowl. 49ers versus Chiefs. Who is winning? I can see this game going 2 ways. Way 1. 49ers blow them out. And the reason why I think this is one of the 2 ways is because 49ers statistically and eye testily are the better team. And that's just a fact. They don't have the better quarterback, and the tight ends is an argument. They have a better wide receiver core. They have a better defense. They don't have a better kicker. They have a better punter, because that's really all I care about, the punters. But the 49ers relatively have the better team. So there's one of 2 ways. That's one way. the 49ers blow them out like 34-10, 34-17, 31-20 type game. And 2, it's a close defensive battle with the Chiefs coming out on top. If it's a defensive battle, the refs are obviously going to stick their hands in the cookie jar, pull out their flag, throw it at anything they see. Anything they see against the Chiefs. And if like the Ravens, if the Ravens didn't get out early, all the calls would have been against them. And, of course, now realizing that Ravens were playing a little scummy, but the refs also did suck. So it was really 50-50 with the Ravens being stupid and the refs sucking. But again, they're going to stick their hands in the cookie jar, pull out their flag, and flag everything they see. So if it's a defensive battle, I see the Chiefs winning like 20-17, 21-20, or 24-20, 24-17, even maybe 14-10. That would be disgusting. If it's high scoring, I see the 49ers winning. If it's low scoring, I see the Chiefs winning. But unfortunately, and just saying, I've been wrong at my last 2 picks. I picked the Bengals and I picked the Eagles. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. And here's why. They've obviously big in the playoffs. You can never doubt Patrick Mahomes. You can never doubt the refs either. You can never doubt anything about the Chiefs nowadays because NFL obviously loves their Patrick Mahomes is Tom Brady. They love that narrative. It's crazy. I wish the Colts had a player like this. Why can't the Colts have a Tom Brady? Why can't the Colts have a Patrick Mahomes? See, you may be saying that, thinking that. I'm dissing the Colts right now. But we already got the guy that's 10 times better than him, and his name's Anthony Richardson. I'm not trying to make this a Colts video, but I just don't see the Chiefs losing. In my opinion, although the 49ers have the better roster, the Chiefs just have the better playoff mentality. They're just better in the playoffs. They know how to play in the playoffs. They know how to upset favorite teams, which I believe the 49ers are favored by 2.5 right now in the betting books. Although I can't bet because I'm underaged. If I bet anyway, I'd lose millions. But if Taylor Swift gets there, expect her to hold up the Lombardi trophy because I have the Kansas City Chiefs winning in a close defensive battle, 27-24. Take that to any sports betting book because I'm right. You guys are all wrong. Yeah. That's all I really have to say. No, actually, I have one more thing to go through. And it's on Reel. Alright, if you see an inappropriate comment on here, YouTube, I don't agree with them. Just saying, I do not agree with them. But there's some funny... they're prop bets. I believe they're on sports betting books as well, but they're also on Reel. This is where I bet my money. I don't bet real money. Not sponsored, by the way. But Reel's a cool app. Of course, this is just for a pack, but... like, you get these card packs for racks and stuff. It's complicated. If you want to find out, go download Reel. Not sponsored, but there's these 3 polls. I have over on all of them. Patrick Mahomes is 262.5 passing yards. Deebo Samuel, but I'm assuming this one isn't in the sports book. This is just a real thing. But we got Super Bowl MVP. The refs. I think of course, Patrick Mahomes is going to win it because MVPs are always usually QB awards. Not usually the Super Bowl MVPs, but MVPs are usually Super Bowl awards. I see the Chiefs winning the game, so I'm picking Patrick Mahomes to win it. The national anthem prop bet, over and under 95 seconds. The singer, his longest one, Reba. I'm done with pronouncing names. Reba has sung 80 seconds per anthem, usually, so that's why the bet's so low this time. It's usually 100, I believe. I have the over on 90.5 seconds because there's no way the national anthem in the Super Bowl doesn't last a minute and 30. Even if she's an old singer and she doesn't go over 80, she's going to lengthen it. The coin toss. Coin toss is the coin toss. It's 50-50. I'm picking the heads because it's gone tails recently, and heads has a statistically better odds of winning a coin toss because the head is a bit heavier than the tail part, so there's a statistically better chance for heads to win. The Gronk kick. I'm in that group that think he made it last year. It looked like he made it, but they said he didn't. No conspiracy theorist or anything. I think he made it last year. And definitely, if he made it last year, he's gonna make it this year. I have yes on this. I'm pretty sure this is a real only thing. And the singing outlet's also a real only thing. 5.5 times shown on TV. This is just a funny bet. I picked the under because I think she's not going to make it because she's going to be in Japan. So I picked the under on that. To get the other one that's real only out of the way and not like a official prop bet. That's it is for some reason. Singing outlet. At night, I remember when you and I... That one. The Apple one. I think they do the full song. I think Apple, takes the full song from, I believe, D-Boy, who is the one who made that song. I think they do the full song, and they make it into an ad, seeing how successful it was. Like, last year's Burger King ad, they made one for the Super Bowl, so I see it being in the Super Bowl. So, yes on that, but that's not a main prop bet. First, the last two ones that are probably real prop bets on betting websites are Usher's first song and the Gatorade dump. I mean, it's either OMG, or DJ's God is Falling in Love, in my opinion. I don't think he plays any other one first, because those are his three most known songs, in my opinion, that he probably play. I'm a big believer in picking the highest option. So I just went, I don't really care about this one. And then, finally, the Gatorade dump. It's either going to be orange, red, or none, in my opinion. I think it's going to be orange, red, or clear. And here's why. Orange was used last time for the Chiefs, I believe. Red, because red are both their colors. And clear, because white Gatorade is the best kind of Gatorades. Argue with the wall. But that's all I have to say. That was just a funny little ending for the video. Sorry for the change in the screen size from hot dog to upright. That's just how it works. But that's all I have to say. Good luck to both teams in the Super Bowl. I hope y'all have a really good game. I don't want to be coming on to the Super Bowl review and being like, that was a boring game. Chiefs won 7-3. I want it to be a real good game. I don't want the refs to ruin it. Whichever team wins. I'll respect it unless the refs sell. And, go 49ers. I hate the Chiefs.